are you, boys and girls? I am sitting outside. It's so nice outside. I'm actually sitting in my backyard. For my friends who joined us at our last Zoom meeting, we talked about how every year on April 22nd, we have Earth Day. And we talked about how Earth Day is a celebration of the earth, and that's a good day to think about different ways that we can take care of the earth. Now, we also said that we should be celebrating the earth every day and taking care of the earth every day. Can you think of some ways that you can take care of the earth? Well, we talked about at our last Zoom that you can do really, really simple things. You can recycle items. You can reuse items. You can do things like turn off a light if you're not in a room. You can do other things like turning off the water while you're brushing your teeth. Or when you're washing your hands, you should be singing happy birthday twice when you're scrubbing. You don't need the water on when you're scrubbing. So that's a good way you can take care of the earth. There's lots of things that we can do to take care of the earth. So what I want to do for you today is read you a book about Earth Day and about taking care of the earth. On Earth Day, we find ways to help the earth. Trina plants trees with her class. She forms an Earth Day club with her friends. What can you do to make every day Earth Day? Do your part to be a planet protector. So our book today is called Earth Day Every Day. Our book is written by Lisa Bullard and illustrated by Zio Zinn. So this is going to be a fiction book, but it's going to have a lot of good ideas and things that you can really do. And this book has a text feature called a table of contents. And we've talked about how tables of contents, we usually see them in fiction books when we're talking about a chapter book, so a long story, or non-fiction books when we're learning about new information. So this book has 3 chapters, and it has some more cool stuff on the end. It has a glossary, which is a text feature, and an index. And we'll talk more about those in just a minute. Chapter 1, What a Mess. My name's Trina. I'm an earthling. I live here on planet Earth. So do trees and bees and manatees. Unless you're from Mars, you're an earthling too. I don't think any of us are from Mars. I think we're all from Earth. People don't always take good care of our Earth home. We do things that hurt the earth. We make the air dirty. We throw away too much. We waste power. I want you to look at this picture and look at different ways that you see in this picture that's hurting the earth. My mom says people should clean up their own messes. Earthlings made this mess, so we earthlings should fix it. It's a job for everyone. Boys and girls, we're a community. We've talked about how in our classroom we're a community, and if we see trash on our classroom floor, even if we didn't put the trash there, we should pick it up. So even when you see things that someone has littered on the earth or things they're not doing to take care of it, because all people in the earth are part of a community, we should clean up messes even if they're not ours. Chapter 2, Miss Big Mouth. My brother calls me Miss Big Mouth, so I used my big mouth to help the earth. Last week, I asked everyone I know to plan something for Earth Day. Today was finally the big day. Earth Day happens once a year on April 22nd. On that day, people everywhere remember to help the earth. Earth Day also reminds us to take care of the earth all year long. So Trina's showing us that calendar, and she circled April 22nd. My teacher taught my class how to plant trees. Everyone got to help. Someday our trees will grow tall. They'll be much taller than they are now. They'll make good homes for birds. You can also plant special gardens to feed bees and butterflies. And trees and plants aren't just helpful to animals. They also clean the air we all breathe. Boys and girls, that would be a fun project. Maybe ask your mom and dad if you could plant a special plant. You could have a butterfly garden. That would be fun. My friends formed an Earth Day club. We had our first meeting at lunch. Earth's problems mean problems for animals too. Even my favorite tigers are having trouble. So our club decided to save money to help animals. People have formed many groups to help animals in trouble. The groups find ways to protect animals and the places they live. They study the animals to figure out new ways to help them. You can learn more about these groups on the internet. Ask your teacher or a parent to help you look. Chapter 3, My Family's Earth Day. My family and neighbors had an Earth Day trade. Everybody brought stuff they don't need anymore. We traded for things we want. Mom wouldn't let me trade my brother. So I traded an old puzzle for a soccer ball. It seems like a fair trade. I wonder what she could have got for her brother, though. It's better for the earth when we reuse old things. Reuse means to use something again. Then it doesn't end up in the trash. You don't need to buy new things. Trading and reusing helps the earth. That's a great idea. Now my family is having a special Earth night. We turned off the TV and the computer. That way we don't use as much power. Instead, we're playing board games. My dog Daisy and I are winning. I wonder if you could have an Earth night. That would be fun. Using power can make the air dirty. So, turn off lights and machines whenever you can. Play outside instead of playing video games. Saving power helps save the earth. Plus, I think it's more fun to be outside anyway than stuck inside. And today's a perfect day to be outside instead of being stuck inside playing video games or watching a movie. Maybe you can use your big mouth too. Together, we can talk to everyone about helping the earth. We'll ask people to make it Earth Day every day. Then we can find other ways to save the earth tomorrow. We're doing lots of good things on this page. Look at this page closely and see what you see that someone might be doing that can help the earth. Ooh, on this page, boys and girls, I saw these worms in here. These worms are part of a compost. I wonder if any of you compost. So let's read about that. It says, composting with worms activity. Guess what? Mom is letting me keep worms as pets. They are a special kind of worm called red worms. They help my family compost. Compost turns certain things we throw away into something useful. The worms live in our worm compost bin. We put things like fruit and vegetable peelings in there. Eggshells go in too. That way they don't end up in the trash. The worms eat these things and turn them into something that looks like dirt. Don't tell Mom, but the dirt is worm poop. These worms eat and poop a lot. Then we put the worm-made super dirt on our garden. It makes our plants grow strong. That's sure better than having more trash around the house. And there are lots of places you can put a compost bin, a worm compost bin. Talk to your family or your teacher at school. Maybe you can start a worm compost bin too, and invite some worms for lunch. I'm going to put this right up here, moms and dads, if you're interested in this, or friends, after you read this, if you want to talk to mom and dad about a compost bin, I'm going to hold this page up here. And mom and dad, you can pause the video and write down the web pages. So, boys and girls, here's the glossary. The glossary is a text feature where when you see new or unfamiliar words, you can find the glossary in here, and it tells you the definition, like a dictionary. So the first word that I see is compost. And boys and girls, all of these words are going to be in alphabetical order. Compost. To turn things like vegetable peels or leaves into something that helps plants grow. Earth Day. A special day for people around the world to help the planet. Earthling. Someone who lives on planet Earth. Manatee. A large, peaceful swimming animal. Protect. To keep something from being hurt. Reuse. To use something again. All of those were words that we saw in our book. And on the back, boys and girls, it shows you more places that you can find information about Earth Day. I'll hold that up there again, Mom and Dad. And at the bottom is our index. We've talked about this text feature a lot in our classroom. An index is where you go when you want to just go back in the story and find a small part of it. So it tells you certain things we learned about, and it lists the page. So let's say I wanted to learn about helping animals. Well, I would find helping animals in my index. It says helping animals 14 through 15. So that's where I would look. All right, boys and girls, I hope you got some good ideas about how to help the earth on Earth Day and every day. And remember, taking care of the earth helps the earth, it helps the animals, and it helps the people. All right, friends, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching the video.